Stay tuned, and welcome to SpeedGaming Live 2022. I'm Epibliticus here with Drossi, and we're going to bring you this Link to the Past randomizer match between Files and former champion Relkin. Should be a good one. Of course, both these guys making out qualifiers. You got to work your way into this thing, and if you're not familiar with the mode, it's basically boot start open with a couple of key twists. You're going to be missing half magic, 2 of your bottles, 2 of your shields, 1 of your swords. You get your bow and silver separate. And forgetting anything else?
Yeah, heart containers. Only sank heart and 2 other full heart containers, and then 32 pieces of heart.
Ah, yeah. So a little bit of a limited health situation there, but it really shouldn't be a problem for these guys. So, yeah.
Yeah. I think Fiesel's going to count them down shortly, and then we'll be at it.
And you got questions in chat about expert mode. That's not quite. All the item functionality is the same from what I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Regular item functionality to the extent that you can, get the items.
Yeah. Awesome. And
I guess I should.
we got some excellent file name choices here. Kicking things off right here at SGLIVE 2022. Of course, the many sprite choices. We've got the Odyssey Mario, the Princess Zelda.
Okay.
Taking care of a couple of things.
Like headphones and wiring.
But you can see those boots there on the start screen. That's the big one for this tournament. Everybody's going to be going fast right from the start. I know for some people that makes the game playable.
Yes, I think there's a runner named Jem who's around here somewhere.
Yeah, may or may not have a channel emote for it. Yeah. It's either him or Gerdo. But we're off, so let's see. Got the synchronized Sank start and the red rupee. Of course, the most popular item in the game.
Oh, Relkin's already managed to run out of there faster than Files, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and there's map check.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got crystals on Desert and Hera. Red Pendant East?
Yeah, Red Pendant Eastern.
Yeah. File's going to go to this bonk check.
Yeah, I'm surprised Relkin skipped it.
Yeah. I think he really wanted to get the tree pool. We might head back down now. We'll see.
Oh. Nope.
Oh, no, I'm going to leave it. Interesting.
I mean, it's just a bloomerang. Not
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh, hey, yeah.
Crab reward there.
Yeah, Hoarder giving us 8 bombs. That'll help.
Okay, the old lumberjack check.
Yeah.
Bloopy.
Yeah, just blue rupee, so not likely to need that Aghanim clear today.
We're going to see a lot of bloopies today because that's what's filling the extra items that have been removed.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I know normally it was the held 20 with the number next to it.
Yeah, the extra sword becomes that, and pretty much everything else becomes a bloopy.
Interesting. All right.
So sword at mushroom spot, not taking that. Okay, big 20, that's something. Almost up to bottle vendor money, since we'll get 30 in the back of Blind's Hut and another 10 in the well.
But yeah, just do your sort of clinical open here. Both of our guys being Sank starters means we're going to get the Kakariko in just a moment. And they're probably going to kick themselves about something in Uncle later.
They'll probably save and quit to Link's house as soon as they're done with Kak.
Yeah. But as you noted, Relkin already stretching a bit ahead, but leaving behind that Bonkrok's check. He'll probably route in later.
Yeah.
Files will make up the time.
And speaking of which, as our trackers are updating, Files does have the bloomerang.
Yeah.
There's our first bottle. As you noted, bottles are guaranteed to be empty in this setting.
But certainly a convenient spot here in the village. You can check Sick Kid now, so of course Files will be able to as well, so no advantage, just a bit of convenience.
And a sword in the well, that'll start us off well.
Definitely
Well,
nice to find her.
Yeah, no pun intended.
Well,
but,
well, well.
Yeah. And big money. Yeah, getting all the nice stuff here in CAC to be able to get this in one fell swoop.
Well, there's Zora money and the glove,
And the
which
glove, very
puts
nice.
Zora in logic.
Yeah. One of those blue rubies. Nice even trade.
I didn't even notice that. Wait, did Files actually grab the shield?
He didn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, it was on the tracker briefly, but we know how the tracking app can kind of lag.
Yeah.
The early bottle gives a sick kid.
And just money. Giving us his copay.
I think of it as robbing the piggy bank.
Oh.
See this bottle, kid? You're gonna hand over your piggy bank now.
I was thinking the rupee was stuck in there. But yeah, red rupees in a couple of vanilla bottle locations. Doesn't mean anything, just fun to notice.
Yeah, I mean, this seed's giving us insane amounts of money. More
Yeah.
money on the
Yeah.
library.
And of course, library and open check when you've got the boots to start.
Right.
But not coming up this time.
And
Map check out of files now.
despite being able to bonk another, that's 3 300s
Isn't it?
already.
Yeah, yeah.
And there are only 5 in the game.
Yeah, yeah. Wow. Guess if they really end up strapped somehow later, but they're basically set. They've got enough for any check that costs money, and then it's just up to them if they want to buy potions.
Yeah, I mean, Zora plus Kiki, they're good.
Yeah. You can't get your 10 for Smiths.
Or 70 for the dig game, so I guess they might need a little bit more.
Oh, yeah, yeah. But still, mirror do race game.
But they're right. They're gonna. Ooh, hook shot.
There's a
back
hook
escape.
shot early.
Nice. So could do a fair amount of Death Mountain out of logic, but I think you prioritize South Shore. Oh, Files is gonna miss out on that hook shot though.
Yeah, at least for now.
Yeah.
Can't imagine he doesn't grab it with those gloves being so early. But then maybe he runs back for a full castle clear at some point.
Right. And, of course, neither of the runners has done Uncle yet.
More money.
And just a piece of heart.
Relkin gonna end up taking this a little faster over here, having pulled through the block to get that chest.
And to answer chat, yes, it is last year's setting, except open randomized sword rather than a casual boots opening.
But yeah, for now, just doing the checks you expect here early. The sword certainly helps out in this room. Without a weapon in here, sometimes it can be such a mess.
Though they have plenty of bombs to toss if they wanted to go that route.
It's true.
Speaking of which.
Getting a little help. And Moldorm's with the drops, too. And the replenishment. Along with, you guessed it, more money.
32 pieces of heart. We are seeing a lot of them.
And the flippers, there we go.
Okay. So Zora really becomes an attractive check right now. I mean, I'm sure they'll do the other flippers checks too.
Yeah. But you're right here. And so, with boots, each runner taking the incentive to get all the way down to Ice Rock Cave. Sometimes they'll wait for Flute and do it even more conveniently, but you're, what, one extra screen transition here.
And you have the flippers, so you know you can just go back down and do a whole bunch more checks in logic.
Yeah. And then actually with boots here, too, see if anybody runs the water walk out of here. It's basically free.
Yep, there goes Files charging it in. Oh! Welcome. Second time.
I mean, first try, right? That's how it works.
Okay, yeah, Relkin's going to go over the waterfall to enable the water walk. You don't see that too often, but I like it.
Yeah. Getting a little bit of style here. Heart piece on the island.
I'm shocked.
Visit the outlaw.
Okay, almost simultaneous. Ooh, you were saying about the flute.
Yeah. It's the only thing they didn't get right in Kakariko, actually,
So
right?
the mountain's now in logic. This is interesting. That oh yeah, Files can just flute to 8 and do the rest of the checks after activating the flute, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, except
Stand by.
feed went out. Okay,
And we're
there we go.
back.
Okay, Files will get his hook shot.
Yeah, and that'll help out. Grab this, save and quit again, as you mentioned. Get that flute activated.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, looks like Relkin's going to continue in the water here while he can.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
Zora's a good spot to cut off for that anyway, because nobody ever flutes out of there.
right. 4 more quick checks.
Gonna see what our bottles get filled with. Blue potion. Hey, it helps.
That's a really nice, especially since the bottles are guaranteed to be empty to start with.
Yeah.
Oh, did we get a second bottle? I missed that.
Oh yeah, it must have been.
Or did Relkin drank
Oh,
it
yeah, he
to
just
fill his
drank it, of
magic
course,
meter,
yeah.
and then makes
Just too
sense.
fast, yeah.
Yeah, because we haven't gotten any magic yet.
Yeah, chug strats.
Okay, another. I don't think we're getting that red 20 on Zora Ledge.
Most likely not. We've continued to roll in the rupees, and so it'll be mostly unnecessary.
But I think Death Mountain's going to be your next check after this because Flute's logical axis, and you have the hook shot to get to the east side. Ooh,
Yeah.
Master Sword on Zora. That is worth 500.
Yeah, definitely. Only one more in the pool, so
Oh,
You're
and
already-
Files is not fluting to 8 like we thought he might.
yeah, perhaps later.
Well, I mean, he could certainly benefit from doing those flipper checks since it culminates in a Master Sword.
Yeah.
And a free blue goo.
But for now, braving the dark. And now we get Bonkrog's out of Relkin. So a little bit of time given back to Files here.
Yeah. Though that Master Sword's still going to give Relkin a bit of a lead.
For sure.
Chat's already getting their Aga hype in because we're only a lamp away from it.
Yeah. I'm wondering where our Moon Pearl and either another glove or the hammer is.
But there's so many checks on the mountain in logic here. I think we have 10 in logic right now.
Yeah, something like that. Might even be more. Oh, there's our second bottle.
Yeah.
Spectacle Rock.
Oh,
And there's a mitt.
Okay.
All right.
So
Hammer, third sword.
It-
I'm just, trying to do the thing.
it would not surprise me at all if Moon Pearl is on East Death Mountain.
Yeah, one of those things that it opens so many that it's generally pretty early. But every now and then you get that dastardly on the pyramid or somewhere funnier.
Yeah.
My favorite's always Checkerboard.
Honestly, with East Death Mountain access and the mitts, there's always the question, do you Super Bunny Cave?
Yeah, I mean, it's literally free. So, we'll see, but Files, look for the bomb jump there. Once you miss it, just, SQ, keep going.
Yeah, I mean, you're going over to the eastern side. Oh, didn't quite get the Waffle House drive-through there. Oh, and Relkin's out. He's going to check Meyershed.
Well, not Meyershed, because he hasn't gotten his mitts yet. But he is going for...
He didn't even go up and get them. He just immediately left as soon as he rescued the old man. Interesting. But, yeah.
Or at least trusting our trackers here.
Ether on the ledge, that's interesting.
Yeah. Cape Mountain. Do we have any here? Relkin up there now. We can pretty much expect the full clinch there. Oh.
Files cropping is weird. We're not getting his full screen.
Yeah, so we'll have these guys matched up on items in just a bit. Which at that point, you're just missing Moon Pearl, basically.
Yeah.
Of course, there's a couple other items that could go intermediary there, like the mirror or the lamp for the agate clear.
Yeah. Okay, just a bloopy on Floating Island. And, yeah, Spiral Cave will be our last checkup here, and then we have to, you know, think about either doing Escape area or doing Saha's Closet in Eastern.
Gotcha. And so that, what you saw on Relkin's side was what Files was attempting earlier. I like that bomb jump because you just hold on to it.
There's also the famous Spec Rock bonk where you do the jump and then bonk into the pin anyway.
Oh, yeah. And as you noted earlier, we've got Files back in the water here. And Relkin just cleaning up the east side of Death Mountain. So,
Yep, doing each
Small.
other's checks.
yeah, shadowing each other, closing the gap, however you want to say. But we'll have 2 pennants in the Dark World, and that'll be interesting to see because that Ether Medallion may or may not become significant, and for obvious or non-obvious reasons.
Yeah. So let's see, no mirror yet.
Yeah, and that'll be an interesting trade, mirror versus book, depending on where that ends up.
Yeah. What will our entrance to Desert be? It is a crystal, we'll need to get in.
Yep. Really well-executed bomb jump from Relkin there. Definitely one of those ones that has like a bit of a time penalty to it if you don't get it the first time.
Yeah.
Well, I guess they all do, but a especially big one to that.
Well, Files getting his Master Sword here,
Yep.
so...
Before any boss fights, so it should mostly be a non-issue. Starting at Sank. Oh, and no Super Bunny. We'll see if
Yeah,
Relkin ends up with it.
Files is doing King's Tomb
Yeah,
because
with
of
the mitts.
Yeah.
Hey, a logical check. Who knows what the king was keeping?
Yeah.
Ooh,
Silvers.
stash of silver. Very nice. Of course, no bow means
right.
they won't mean anything for a little while.
Go
But,
stab some Armos Knights with
Yeah.
them.
but once he gets that bow, it'll be a very useful tool. Most things obviously die in 1 silver.
Yeah, of course. Who knows where the bow is? We don't know whether Pod's a pendant or a crystal yet, so the bow could be pretty deep.
Yeah.
Okay, Saha's Closet, Samaria. And Files giving us our first look at Uncle Tunnel here, 16 minutes in.
Oh, just some money. Along with more money.
Okay. Relkin now doing King's Tomb. We're pretty even on stuff except for Relkin having that Samaria.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see with a pendant stern when Relkin gets over there. But the likelihood of needing it is going to be relatively high. But I guess
Yeah.
lower than it could be. If we had all 3 pendants in Dark World, it'd be a significantly greater chance that they wouldn't even enter.
Hey, map in the map chest. Imagine that. Which also... We don't have the small key yet, so it could still be small key in Dark Cross, and we won't need to go there.
I'm sure these guys would love that.
But the Fire Rod does put Dark Cross in logic.
Mo money.
Yeah, we are certainly not poor in this seed. Okay, 50-50 does... Oh, no, Zelda's Cell can't hold the small key. So I think the small key has to be in Dark Cross so we can avoid it.
Yeah, I think you're right. I'll save these guys a little bit of time. And the attempts at finding the torch. We got the beeps on file side now. He's got 10 arrows now. They're silver.
Yeah, he's death warping. I wonder if he's forgotten that the key is dark. That Darkross is the key.
Yeah.
See if how Relkin plays.
It's a few
this.
frames quicker than a save and quit. No, I think he is gonna go into the dark. Perhaps not realizing, perhaps we're wrong.
Yeah. I mean, given that he doesn't have a key on him, it has to be the small key there.
And viewers will be able to note his reaction if and when he makes the realization.
Okay, let's see. Yep, there. There's File's reaction as expected.
Most excellent. He's on his way, and that little extra delve there kind of evens these guys out as...
Well, except Relkin has the advantage of already having done Saha's Closet.
Well, that's true, yeah, but the bit of sink on the way out of the house.
Yeah. And he's also done Agena, so I think we just have Eastern left, don't we?
More or less, yeah.
I mean, Files hasn't done Agena yet, but...
Right. But yeah, so something's got to be in Eastern, we should imagine. And the other notable thing I think was different from at least the last time when we did one of these live events is that Quick Swap has come in as a more popular feature.
First checking Eastern, just the map. Yeah, it's got to be interesting. Like, we could only have one item in Logic in Eastern because we can't get to the boss, and we don't have the lamp to put the big key chest in Logic.
It's true. Yeah, so unless that item here is the bow, yeah, most likely, well, yeah, not going to see a big go to arrows.
Yeah, if it's the bow, I think you do kind of have to complete it, even if it's a pendant.
Yeah, and that is, with the change in the darkroom logic, it was probably a couple years ago at this point, making fire rod sufficient for that back room makes this dungeon just that much more interesting.
Right.
Because the check for the big key chest is just annoying.
Yeah, so if we get an item here and an item in the big chest, one of those two items is the bow.
Well, we've got an arrow. Is it a preview?
Yay.
You'd love to shoot this thing, wouldn't you? What flavor is this chest?
Oh, okay.
All right.
So there's our dark.
Significant.
There's our Dark World axis. Not an
trek on.
Not an Agaseed unless Hammer is in Pyramid Fairy.
Yeah, we're down to that. It's one of my favorite spots for it, but it's just so exceedingly rare.
Yeah. And especially given that both 5/6 crystals are in the Dark World, it's even more rare.
Oh,
the likelihood
yeah, for sure.
of that.
What would we have? It would have to be like Thieves and Skull or something.
Yeah, or
I guess it could be
Meyer.
Meyer, yeah. Yeah, Relkin making it through one of the more trivial.
Okay, that's good to know. We got. That's the
That's
last
right.
bottle
Yeah.
Relkin can get, by the way.
Right, they place all four, because we saw one on top of Spec Rock.
But now if we go back to Spec Rock, it'll be a bloopy.
Right, exactly. And we've seen functionality like that previously with the sword limiting and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, excellent. So with that Moon Pearl, we've got our mitts, and we've got a whole bunch of checks now, 7 or so.
Yeah, with the hook shot, we're going to
yeah.
do Dark Death Mountain
Yeah.
East side. We can't do Spike Cave without the hammer, but...
No, not yet.
And we still don't have the mirror, so we can't do Hera.
Yeah, we'll get a good look at this. We have Thieves and Skull for our red
You were
crystals.
saying.
Green pendant on ice. Relkin giving us a nice long look here. And the blue pendant on Meyer. So yeah, I guess that Hammer Pyramid's in play. But yeah, getting the non-Super Bunny.
And barring this being a Ped Seed, we never have to go to Armos.
Yeah.
Because we got all 3 items out of there.
Good catch. I think Files has flute. All right, some heart pieces out of here, dwindling that pool.
Yeah, so if they somehow find all the heart pieces, they'll be up to 14 hearts, but... because this is sort of trying to emulate hard mode where you're capped at 14 hearts.
Yeah. File's gonna get the news of his prizes to obtain. Thinking, planning, ice rod right there.
Okay, we need that.
Yep. And book.
That answers the desert access question.
Yeah.
So, desert's full clearable. No, we'd need hammer to actually do TR. I was gonna say if it's ether though. No.
Quake on
Okay.
Joe Rock, so no sight of that yet, if I remember.
Yeah, I think we've only seen ether on Desert Legend. That's our only medallion knowledge. Wouldn't surprise me if Relkin goes to the desert area, though.
Yeah, as you mentioned, full
There we go.
clearable. And now with the Moon Pearl, you get through this, you can come back, you can do Minor Shed, well, no checkerboard yet, but maybe after this. And meanwhile, Skull Woods, Files sniffing the significance of the red crystals, perhaps, or prescribing to a particular Dunka's way of thinking. Dunka of unusual size. Of course, heading straight to the back.
Makes sense. There are only 2 items here if you can happen to get them in the back.
Yeah, and I mean, if you can get the clear and work your way back down to Thieves Town. And really, if that hammer ends up there and Relkin takes some time getting to it, it'll spell some advantage for Files in that he has just that many more options. However, having so many options means potentially more chances for mistakes.
By the way, so far, Desert has been completely vanilla with that map in small key.
Oh, is that right? I noticed. There we go. Takes down the moth.
Nice, first boss. There's 1 item.
And 1 crystal.
And a red crystal at that.
Yeah, and there's our Quake.
Okay.
Very good.
So we're a hammer away from being able to do TR, which is pretty crazy to think about. I don't know what an early TR would get us, but... You know, we still can't even get to Hera, though I guess Hammer would get us to Hera as well.
Yeah, it should.
Honestly, what do we need besides Hammer? Mirror for Swamp.
Yeah.
And I think that... Bow for Pod, right?
Yeah.
But I think that's it. Hammer and... Mirror and bow for go mode.
Yeah, so moving along fairly quickly, all things considered. Maybe one of those things where really just comes all down to that speed. Of course, still plenty of opportunity for other items to intervene into the sequence.
Relkin getting ether just in case it's required for Mire and we have to go into Mire.
Yeah. I figure while you're here.
Right.
Although I guess for
I don't
Mire
blame
also
him.
it's like it's in the neighborhood, but yeah.
And while you're here, you probably, after you finish, flute back to 6, do Mire Shed, and see what the Mire Medallion is.
Yeah, it saves like a whole screen transition. And that is the still the thing, right? The key's always under the mat for Mire, so
Right.
gotta be ether at this point. Relkin showing off some of the best key dashes here. Once a desert, they're so easy. If you're curious about the tech, just start there. A lot of easy lineups off the Rosa Pots.
So, the second item in Skull Woods has been playing hard to get here.
I expect this should be it. No. Other side.
And Relkin does have enough magic if he lands all the hits here. Nope, missed a hit.
Ah. Just some bombs. Well-timed spin.
Okay,
We're
so
1-1.
Yeah, and then there's the old quandary about, do you dip Thieves Town without the hammer?
Right, because of course that big chest being gated with that. A lot of people believe, hey, if you go in without it, just don't go back.
Yeah.
Just bank on that.
And Relkin is indeed going to check Meyer Shed.
Yeah. Even though the return to the neighborhood's easy, mentally you're here, you may as well check it off. It's a chess game. Hearts and hearts. Shovel in the shed, that's a good place to keep it. And,
Yeah, that'll be an I wonder if he'll go to Link's house right now to check the shovel before he does anything else. Looks it.
There we go. Blue money, no whammies.
For all we know, that was the 4th bottle.
Right. Yeah, Seed was not shy with him. And another shield that'll be ignored.
Yes, for those of you who don't know, I've just put Relkin's shield emote in chat.
Oh, this is one of the things that a boot start makes so much better. You've got all these great straightaways in Thieves Town.
Yeah. And finding one item off the bat is also nice because it lessens the likelihood of 2 items, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So...
Yeah, you want to see all 4 of those by the time you get out of the upstairs, and then you're feeling better about the
yeah.
placement.
One of the next 2 has to be the big key, of course.
Yeah. Coming in useful in Skull again.
Gotta get 3 in the front, maybe? That would be nice.
What do we see? There
Wow, okay,
it is.
so extremely unlikely there's anything in the big chest, but you never know.
Yeah, we got, what, 4 locations left?
Yeah, and 2 dungeon items and a small key. And the small key has to be either in Blind Cell or the big chest.
Right.
And if the small key's in the big chest, that actually tells us that Hammer is not in Pyramid Fairy because Blind is logically hammer-locked in that case.
Right, because of the safeguards put on to make sure that you don't abuse your keys in some interesting fashion.
Right. Don't steal the key that's supposed to unlock the attic and instead unlock the big chest.
Thieves Town, not normally a dungeon you need to worry about that, but of course pod and in certain modes, desert.
In key sanity modes, I've seen people do that occasionally.
Oh, sure, sure. Key sanity, all bets are off. Yeah, Relkin, having gone through Skull front to back, gonna make his way to Mothlia, and with the Fire Rod in hand, it should be a relatively trivial trip, as long as he can keep dodging those Wall Masters.
And as long as Mothula behaves, because you never know what the RNG is going to be like.
I'll tell you what, and that's another one that's changed probably a lot since the last live event, is that that used to just be a dreaded fight, even for good runners, and now I feel like it's about as close to blind as being a script. And of course, a little bit of RNG problems depending on how the spikes treat you.
Yeah. And whether Moth stays at the top like this or not.
Yeah. Yeah, very nice. Able to take advantage of the positioning there. Key there, which...
50-50 now. Either the big chest has the map or Blind has the map. So if we find a map on Blind, that's not what we want to see.
Although I guess what this does pretend is that, because I believe Files definitely recognized that the red crystals being here meant Hammer was very possibly at Pyramid. And if that all plays out for him again, that could spell a huge advantage.
Yeah, though we still don't have the lamp
It's
to
true.
put that in logic if so.
Yeah.
Nice script so far.
Yeah. Yeah, Blind, bunch of weird characteristics about his fight, including basically just hit him 9 times with anything that'll hit him.
Oh!
Mirror.
Nice.
Okay.
All right, so we're good to go for Swamp now, too, once we get the hammer, of course.
Yeah, and we're not abandoning anything in Thieves Town, which is also good.
Yeah. A little sigh of relief for sure.
Also put Smith's Chain in Logic, and given where we are, I wonder if he just does that now.
Yeah, and a nice, convenient way of doing it.
Or not.
Yeah. What will he do?
Oh, Desert, of course.
Yeah, makes sense.
Oh, but he can do Checkerboard Cave while he's here.
It's true. And now if that ends up being something, that is a check that Relkin left behind. You know, I mean, once it gets mirror, it'll of course occur to him, but when does it get mirror?
Of course, that means Files really orphaned Graveyard Ledge.
Yeah, a give and a take.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Relkin does with the mirror when he finishes Thieves.
Yeah, the Thieves Town dive now from Relkin, so the cap will close decently.
And it is also nice that, you know, Meyer is Bombo, so there's no temptation to enter.
Not until we find it.
Because
anyway.
if we could enter it, we could finish it. And do you really want to do that for Pendant Meyer?
Yeah. Well, and do you want to do it without the lantern too? Some folks would say yes, and some folks might get big payoff, but they might get a big waste of time. Yeah, again, more retracing.
There's Files Quake for Turtle Rock. Though Files hasn't been up to Dark Death Mountain, I don't think.
No, not yet.
Honestly, Hammer Go mode is a pretty nice thing to have, so I'm sure these runners would like to see a bow soon.
Hammer goes great if you don't pass location. Or if it's not, like, deep somewhere ridiculous. But yeah, we'll see a lot of speed if that comes down to it, though, because it's basically the gate to 3 or 4 dungeons. Key dashing from Files now as well. Well, we got just lane dashing, regular old dashing from Relkin here in Thieves Town. Oh, very nice. Not as easy key dash from Relkin there, but I'm pretty sure you line him up off the torch.
Files also missing one fire rod shot, just like Relkin did, and now he has to do Master Sword spins.
Something about that pattern, I guess. Oh, cute little boomerang from Relkin there to get the crystal switch. Always like to see runners actually using it. It's usually a throwaway item, so.
Oh, by the way, we should have Thieves Town marked on Files' side. I just noticed.
Yeah. So he's got Desert, he's got his red crystals. It's an annoying trip there.
It helps when the tracker's sitting right next to you, by the way. Shoutouts, by the way, to Norsk Maddie and Vextifer, who are both assisting us on tracking.
Yeah. Always appreciate the extra hand, I know. I can barely walk and chew gum sometimes. So.
So yeah, I'm really interested in Checkerboard Cave, which Files is going to do right after this.
Yeah, it's one of the outstanding checks that Relkin won't have access to until right after this, but as we mentioned, having been down there, how quickly does he return? There's definitely a certain psychic weight to the idea that I've already been there.
Right, even though it's a relatively quick check.
Yeah.
But it's also the first new thing we've seen in a few minutes.
It's true. We've had a lot of backtracking and just a vanilla piece of
Yep.
heart. So,
When in doubt, it's a piece of heart in this mode.
yeah. Yukina check.
I think that was just bombs. So at least he'll get his bomb back. Now, what does Relkin do with the mirror?
Might trek north. Because he's been through King's Tomb and Bonk now as well, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Right. Do you run over to do Graveyard Ledge, or do you just do Smith Chain?
Do you bet Hammer first has the swamp? Or is it going to be annoyingly somewhere in ice?
Or do you do like Hera? I mean, where's
Oh
Relkin
yeah,
gonna
Mir
flee-
puts Hera now, which
They're both-
seems to be where they're both headed.
Yeah.
Jeez. Forgetting whole dungeons in the game.
Always be clearing crystal dungeons, right?
Yup. The ABC.
Chat asking, I believe Ice Rod was in Hookshot Cave, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Oh yeah, and don't forget to check Ether Tablet. Right, Relkin has the book from Hookshot Cave, which Files does not.
Yeah.
Files will hopefully, if there's something here, remember after Hookshot Cave to go back and check Ether Tablet. Oh, one of our rare full heart containers.
I think he was at full health, so we couldn't tell if it was sank.
Yeah. And we already found one item in the cage in Heron's junk.
Files going for Hera pot here. There we go. Takes a couple tries sometimes, but when you're moving that fast.
Yeah, I like the hook speed Herapot strat personally.
Yeah. Just that much safer to do when you have the big key already.
And that's both of our items out of Hera too,
Yeah.
so we don't need to check the big chest. Well, except Relkin's checking the big chest first. Either way, always a relief to know you won't have to do Hera basement.
Yeah, sitting and waiting. There we go. Down goes Mulgorn. See if Relkin has his easy a time.
Oh, interesting. So the small key is actually locking itself in the basement, which, with the current item placement algorithm, that's actually a pretty rare thing, only about a 1 in 15.
Yeah. Definitely one of the dungeons you don't usually see it happen in.
Yeah.
Alright, and Files is off and running. Looks like he'll head east and close some of these other item gaps.
Oh, and just to reiterate to those of you who might be just coming in, since this is something new, this is a live event. We, the comms, are in the same room with the runners and the trackers. One nice, happy family here.
Got these two runners across from each other on stage, staring each other down. You can tell in the face cams.
When they finish, they'll walk across the room here and join us for the interview.
Yeah. But yeah, exciting to be able to do this all actually live again.
Yeah, it's been 3 years. Okay, now Relkin's doing Graveyard Ledge.
There we go. And that'll be a little bit of interesting info for us too, as Files was not able to obtain this.
So, yeah, I guess our 3 remaining crystals are all hammerlocked, so that's going to be the big thing.
Yeah.
Again, you want to find the bow first, so when you find the hammer, you can just go, go, go.
Right, yeah, don't have to worry about Pod, which has a notably large number of checks that you can do without it.
Of course, the bow could be in pod.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of usually is. Isn't it? We already have the silvers, so you can't even...
At least with non-progressive, we know it's not bow-locked in pod.
Yeah, there's your ice rod for Files.
With that book, he'll probably go back and remember to do the Ether Tablet.
And while you're in the neighborhood.
Oh, and thank you, Jaxie, for gifting 5 subs there.
Oh yeah, very nice. Enjoy your speed gaming emotes, everybody. Oh, File's getting taken down by the Lionels here.
Ooh, maybe he won't check Ether Tablet.
Maybe takes a different route. We'll see.
Usually you
He's
try to
going the
mirror
cave,
before the
but it could
Lionels
be-
hit.
Yeah, it might have been a late dodge there. Coming out here, looking for the flute. It's going to move on with his life.
Okay, so
And we had the catfish check for a single green.
yeah, I think Relkin's gonna do Smith Chain now because, like, your other choice is Bolus Pod or the first check in Swamp.
Yeah.
And if you're doing Smith Chain, you might actually do that first check in Swamp at the end. Anyway,
Yeah.
we haven't even seen Hype Cave yet.
That's true, and that could be the trip all the way down, huh?
Yeah.
Um,
I'm thinking you basically do everything down there. You know, you get Cave 45, Bombos. We haven't seen a dig game yet.
yeah, there's a good, 10, 11 checks or something like that.
Yeah.
Both of these guys coming down the dig first, because you can't do it with the follower.
And then, since if you still don't have Hammer at that point, I think because you're there, you do first check Swamp if you've done everything else in Smith Chain and Hype Cave.
Yeah, I mean, you're there anyway. The other thing that they can then chain that into is, of course, we're not really exploring pendants yet, but Ice could have the hammer in quite a few places.
Yeah, and Ice is...
You gotta
The
flip.
part that isn't hammer locked is in Logic.
Yeah. Interesting. File's the quicker to dig there, as Relkin spin speeded. Or spin sped? I don't know. How do you conjugate that verb? But got himself into the game.
The sync is pretty nice, though.
Yeah.
Relkin just slightly out-executed Files to take a
Yeah, he ended
small
up
lead.
grabbing the speed off of the archery game. Passing up our hammer pegs here, unless...
And we don't have mushroom or powder, so we can't fake or real powder the magic bat.
Yeah. So a couple of unchecked boxes there, but since there's more, maybe the return is actually on somebody's mind.
Yeah, and just as well, because, you know, without the hammer, you forfeit your portal if you do magic bat.
It's
So,
true.
good that the temptation isn't there. Okay, so we'll do Cave 45 and Stumping en route to turning in the purple chest. Some runners like to go over to Hype Cave first before they turn it in. We'll see how these runners route it.
Hey, you know, you want to take it to visit its family there in the back. Just 10 more sticks in the cave here.
Yeah, running out of options before we have to start dipping uncompletable dungeons.
And there's a mushroom.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I think at this point you don't fake powder. You just, at some point, you flute to 2.
Yeah.
Okay, Relkin's ditched the purple chest, so he's going directly to invisible chest.
Yeah. Gonna use the mirror trick for that.
Files may be going to Hype Cave. Actually, you can go to Hype Cave after ditching the chest because you don't do any... Oh!
Well, there's the hammer.
Oh
And
my.
both of our runners on their way to it, so it should be...
But I think at this point you keep doing the searching down here for the bow,
yeah.
and now you can full clear swamp. too.
Exactly. It paid off in the best way. Blue mail, so be out of clothes for the...
Yeah, the one mail upgrade we're allowed.
And as you noted, Relkin picking up speed here, putting a gap between them, but items basically evened out at this point.
Interesting that Relkin's going into swamp before Hype Cave.
Yeah, 5 very quick checks. But of course, bow not required in here, but if you get the bow, you're
Go
basically
mode.
done.
Yeah.
Yeah, plus minus your comfort with given dark rooms, but...
I think both of these runners can handle dark rooms.
Yeah.
They do want another... Well, no, they have bottles if necessary. I was just thinking in terms of the Ganon fight without a lamp. And if they're stuck on Master Sword, there's probably another sword in GT, right?
Yeah, there's definitely some argument to be made for full claim swamp in either case for the probability, as you mentioned, of those upgrades.
Yeah. I'm still curious. I'll
see
want
what
to ask them
Files
in the
does.
interviews.
Yeah.
That neither of them did Hype Cave before Swamp.
Yeah. See if chat has any theories.
But yeah, Relkin's movement is just a bit cleaner, and so he's very slowly opening up a little bit more space as we continue on.
Yeah, former champ, and, you know, maybe for a reason, huh?
Well, he won that championship by checking left side swamp.
Oh, well, here we go. We'll see what happens. If the bow's there, it's his fault.
I think either way, one item from Go mode, you do the back first.
Yeah.
I also think at this point there's still too many places for the bow to be, especially with what the hammers opened up. Could be in TR. Actually, I think after Swamp, just in terms of routing the map around, and no one's even checked Pyramid Ledge, I think you do Hype Cave, then you do Pyramid Ferry.
Yeah. And for Files, it might also mean the long trip to Catfish, which will lengthen this gap.
Yeah.
We'll see what he thinks of that. Gonna get the diver down. When we walk below and above the water at the same time.
There's a dungeon item, so there's at least one item on left side Swamp.
It'll be interesting to see where that compass ends up.
I thought that was the
Oh,
compass.
you know what? I might have did the reverse in my head. Yeah,
Yeah.
but either way, the other one is what I just should have
Right.
said. Save myself a foot in the mouth.
Yeah, if Argus has an item, then there's only one item on left side, and you probably don't even think about going back in.
Yeah, of course, Master Sword Argus, a slight bit annoying, but with the poke dashes, goes a little faster for Relkin here. Love to find a temper sword that your opponent doesn't in this one. Down goes Argus for the map.
Oh, two items.
Interesting.
And we haven't found the big key, so it could be that the big key's left side, and one of the items you have to then go back to the big chest to. Tough call. But I would think you still have so many places left to check, you're not going to go back into Swamp now.
Oh, but Relkin,
Relkin
as
is
you
going
noted,
back into Swamp.
wins this tournament on the left side check.
Right.
Keeping things traditional. Yeah, Files going with the plain slashes here. Having some fun with the fire rod, do fry the fish. We'll see what he decides to do. I feel like, yeah, the psychic thing here is, if it ends up being here, I was right here, and I knew it could have been here.
You know what's amazing about this all being live? Like, I'm looking at the restream, and I'm looking over to Relkin's screen, and we're in total sync. There is no delay.
Oh, yeah. Literally seeing it as it happens. And altogether, probably like, what, 5 to 15 seconds before everybody else. Exclusive. But yeah, Files walking away. So this could be interesting.
Yeah, though
bullying the dead rock out of the way.
Though
Very nice.
he'll probably do Ether Tablet while he's up here, so that'll give a bit of time back.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess he's going to do a full TR clear.
Yeah, it's clearable now, and the other meme spot besides Pod for Bo is Laser Bridge, right? So
But I like Relkin staying in this area. As I say, we haven't seen Hype Cave yet. That's 5 items.
Yeah, that was the thing that most surprised me with File's move was
Pyramid's gonna
sure he
get
had been in the cave.
Pyramid's gonna give us 3 more.
So we'll see.
And then I think if you're Relkin just keeping to that, you dip pod and see if there is the bow in pod.
And I guess having the hammer now, getting back to this neighborhood's not too bad though. At least to get Hype Cave and Pyramid, which you know. But just rupees on the left side of Swamp.
Big key locking itself though.
Yeah. Couple of helpful keys.
Yeah. I wonder if Files feels a little bit behind and that's why he's doing something a bit more daring and going up to TR.
Yeah. It's interesting. Continuing to vet out these decisions. Some hearts. Taking advantage of the circumstance. Another 300. Some sticks. Some rupees. And a heart.
Oh, and we haven't turned in the mushroom yet.
Ah, that's true. And just a flute trip away. So yeah. We'll see. This could end up being one of the biggest decisions of the match here.
Yeah, I mean, if Bo happens to be in TR, then Files has a huge advantage. I think the odds are in Relkin's favor just in terms of the number of checks each has available.
Yeah. Because, I mean, actually, and for Relkin after this, you go pod, right? You're right there.
Right. Well, you probably turn in the mushroom and then go pod.
Yeah, yeah. Again, a flute stop away, really, to get back to pod. I do love the tech of using the hook to let you dash around with things.
Yeah, he's doing it really cleanly, too.
Yeah, find every possible surface.
Okay, what's Pyramid Ledge here?
Oh.
What was that? That was so quick I didn't see it.
It might have just been more arrows.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. For a sec, I thought it was the thing we're looking for. I don't want to say it because I don't want to put it somewhere. Yeah, grabbing the required key here in the chomps. Getting through mostly unscathed. And as you noted,
Mushroom out.
off the mushroom time. As Files approaches the big key chest in Turtle Rock, has the big key, but with that item defined, is going to want to look for possibilities as the mushroom comes up for bombs.
Relkin's safe scumming it in case he wants to do fake powder on Magic Bat.
Oh, yeah. Keep your options open. It's the way this one's going, I mean, Bo could be there, right? Powder could be just about anywhere at this point.
Oh, and Relkin going into TR now. That's interesting.
That'll close the gap a little. The key trade here out of the big key chest.
Well, but it also means that if the bow isn't here, he's now kind of behind Files.
Yeah, until Files potentially gives the time back, but you're absolutely right. If
Right.
Files just doubles down on those things he skipped, and rather than saving them for later, as one might say.
Yeah,
This
I mean,
could
I'd
be
be
something huge.
I'd be shocked if Files doesn't do
Hype Cave.
no, right after this if he doesn't do Ether Tablet and Spike Cave while he's on the mountain.
yeah, it's true. We do finally have that hammer, notably.
And the cape puts Spike Cave in logic with the bottle.
Yep. Alright, and the old in and out. Check big chest real quick. Potentially save yourself some mirror transitions here, but time for Mimic Cave.
To respond to chat, Bo is not on Ped because Eastern's a pendant. Yes, I know you want Bo on Ped anyway, but sorry.
But our search continues. Let's get to the back half of Turtle Rock now. We have the key in hand, so that bow could pop up at just about any point. But will it? extra key.
So there's no key on Laser Bridge.
Just one more chance for a bow. Or one more chance for disappointment. We'll see.
And we're almost at the hour mark, too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and I forgot, you know, still no lantern, but this one, bit of a script you can run, basically. Just holding your directions. Thank goodness for buffered inputs. File's just taking the hits here from the fire bars. Must be, planning the safety on the door anyway. That's our compass. Heart piece. Map. So, item on the turtle. Oh, wow. All right. And feeling bolstered there, perhaps, with the lucky health refill. He's going to continue on to Trinex. Relkin now at the lava chest, so the difference here, not insignificant, but yeah, it'll really depend on just those item trades, basically. Or location trades. Does he go back? Does he not go back? Menu strats here. Want to maximize the damage on these because you want to keep that ice head from altering the floor if you can. And off to a good start. He's going to stick with Master Sword. Very nice. Keeps the floor clean. Makes this phase a little easier just in case it does get off to anything past the initial 2 turns.
Yeah, you do start to wonder where the other 2 swords are at this point.
Yeah. I mean, GT's a popular one.
Yeah, or they're deep in Pendant Ice and Mire or something horrible.
Yeah. But yeah, nice fight here from Files.
What would be half magic.
Yeah. It saves him a couple of frames on the refill here, I guess, right? Yeah. Thanks, Trinex.
But yeah, I don't think we went over the structure of this tournament yet. There are 8 groups of 4 or 5 because we don't have an even number. Top 2 from each group advance to a bracket of 16. Groups are single round robin, and the other 2 runners in this group with Files and Relkin are Eicher and Gerdo. So each of these runners will also have to play Eicher and Gerdo, and they'll play each other. And top 2 go to brackets, which will be held over the weekend. Groups have to be done today and tomorrow.
Yeah, it should be a good one. These first couple days of the event are always a lot of fun with all the mixing up and everything. Everybody find out, what's that guy look like?
I'm still trying to figure out in real life what everyone looks like.
Yeah. Alright, Files doing the Ether Spike combo, as you predicted. We got Relkin on Laser Bridge. Won't get much, but it'll be interesting to see if he's at the, he's got a heart ahead of Files, so he's probably not on a refill on this yet. Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, it's probably just a piece or 2 off. 10 more sticks in the Spike Cave.
Okay. But Relkin's really closed the gap here, and as you said, Files will probably do stuff like Hype Cave and turn in the Mushroom and stuff.
Yeah, starting at house, I can only expect that's where he begins.
Yeah, he's going to the point. He's definitely doing Hype Cave now. And then probably Pyramid Fairy.
Yeah, let's see what strats Relkin brings to bear here in a slightly under-equipped Trinex fight. Not under-equipped for anybody's skill level in the tournament, but, you know, compared to vanilla, compared to a usual rando.
Backdoor hammer strats, very nice.
Yeah. You have to be pretty confident with the menuing there and everything. Make sure you get those fire rod or ice rod shots out before the head moves too far. He's gonna take the hit from the extender here.
And also make sure you know, can menu to the next item before the head starts exploding, because while a head's exploding, you can't menu.
Yeah, you'll lock out, but you still may end up with the ice spray there, and that's always just disappointing. Yeah, gonna want to avoid the hugs here as he brings him in tight. Gets the final hit in. So yeah, great fight.
Okay,
Just that
so
one hit early.
I think Relkin can check Spike Cave faster than Files will do this in Mushroom, and then it's a matter of what does each do next.
Yeah, with the items we got, I think it's basically time to start thinking about that pod check. You figured your last crystal,
Yeah.
it goes there. It's the meme, right?
I
Do you do something bold and try one of your? Well, I guess really our only pendant option at this point is Ice Palace, lacking a Bombos.
yeah, but I'd do Bolus Pod over
Oh, for sure.
Green Pendant Ice.
Yeah, even if I'd do it if the prizes were switched. Not. I mean, we wouldn't need the bow at that point.
Yes, then we'd get to watch Mimic Clip on the GT climb.
Yeah.
Is that all we have left in Logic? I mean, I know Files hasn't done Catfish yet.
Yeah, it's most
Or
likely
Graveyard
Resolve too.
Legs.
Yeah, one or the other, maybe both. Who knows? But yeah. So it's got to be off the pod, right?
Yeah.
We're
I'm
getting
assuming this is going to be a Flute to 5 for Melkin, not a Flute to 8.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Hammer.
Oh
Crane's
my,
brought up.
Flute to 8.
Yeah.
Well,
Hey.
interesting play. I mean, Files' big out is if once he finishes these checks, he goes straight to pod and the bow's in pod.
Yeah, that would definitely tilt this one side. But yeah, I mean, I guess this is your green pendant too. So if you maybe say you skip the slow checks in here, just go straight for your green pendant and everything on the way, and then head to pod, maybe.
Yeah.
Some kind of a stack play. Oh, right. File still have Mushroom, too, so just another reason to be up here
Right.
checking things off. Key early, which gives us the, well, we got Kane, so he's going to probably start on the right anyway. Oh, that's true. Yeah, I'm just behind on the meta. A lot of these checks are way quicker than I was imagining.
Yeah.
It's still, there's...
You still don't really want to have to go to Ice Tea Room if you can avoid it.
Oh, for sure.
And Relkin's not hitting the switch, but with the early key... Well, no, you... Oh, well, Vanilla Big Key. Okay, now we don't need to worry about not having hit the switch.
File's off to it, too, so yeah, that's
Okay.
great fault on my part, but I'm forgetting just how quick some of these checks
So,
become with
just-
the new glitches.
Just given what ground each has covered, this is basically Relkin's race to lose now.
Yeah.
Because I don't see Files being able to do anything Relkin hasn't done now that they're both in ice.
Yeah. Yeah, so I guess at this point it's perhaps still close enough that some kind of GT decision comes down to it, but we'll have to wait and see for that one.
Yeah. Oh, right, of course. There's always GT Basement.
And a compass.
Though if Relkin feels ahead enough, he'll just do Dark Magician, which is the best safety play, and then it's really hard to make up time against that.
All our dungeon items accounted for. That's excluding small keys, of course, but should start seeing the good stuff here in Ice Palace in a moment. Files now working on the icebreaker. There's a lamp.
Hey, that'll help for the Ganon fight if we're still on Master Sword.
Yeah, yeah. You definitely want to be preserving your magic, notably no half magic. We'll see if anybody ends up filling their free blue or if they go to the potion shop or anything. Obviously, Ruby's not an issue in this seed. Files squeezes his way through for his big key. It looks like Relkin's going down to fight the boss.
Yeah, Relkin really tore through ice there.
Yeah, very impressive. Very, something satisfying about the quick snap cane there.
Yeah.
Hard off of being able to beam with the...
Oh, that's... I was just thinking, Relkin doesn't quite have enough magic for... And he didn't have full health, so he
Hearts for
couldn't
the
use sword
beams.
beams, yeah.
Yep. But blue goo helps, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And one of the Colt's airheads slips away, but that's no big deal as he drops arrows anyway.
I mean, we have enough money, we can always buy more blue goo if we want.
For sure. But yeah, with this green pendant in hand now, an extra convenience on the way over to pod.
And it, I mean, pretty much has to be there. Where else have we not checked? It's, it's either on green pendant or in pod, or maybe there's powder there that, you know, will lead us to
basically,
it.
or chains leading, yeah.
Or Bombos opening Mire.
Right.
I'm a little surprised Relkin didn't, you know, use the
anybody
pod
back
portal.
the hammer pegs?
No,
Yeah.
you're right. I'm surprised Relkin didn't, you know, use the pod portal and do the hedge maze and mirror that way.
Oh, interesting. Ooh, sword.
Okay, useful, but...
Yeah. Likely both players turn that in, but on the off chance, that's enough to seal it or make up for any other mistake, really.
Okay, Relkin is doing hammer pegs, as you were saying that they haven't seen yet. He just does not want to go into Bolus pod.
Right, just no double dips, please.
And meanwhile, you know, File's Ice Palace hasn't been half bad either, so...
Yeah. Gonna get on to his boss fight now. He's in lower shape in each of his meters here, but I think also sporting a goo, otherwise he wouldn't drop in.
I mean, I know Relkin tends to be fairly thorough to begin with. I wonder if he is also taking into account that he has the execution advantage on Files.
Yeah.
That he's
Might
less
be.
worried about doing so many times. Oh!
Oh, well then. He's under the mat. Let's see how that goes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Guess we
man.
know what he's doing next.
Yeah. This fight dragging a little longer than Files would have liked.
But I think after this, Relkin literally only has pod left.
Yeah, I think that's basically where we're at. I can't think of something unchecked at this point. But it's bombs.
Files, I think, never did do Graveyard Ledge, did he?
You know, I missed it in the back and forth that was happening at the time. He might have just decided to go all the way to Catfish. On the picket, getting away with a rupee. One tear was shed.
Okay, where's... Oh, Relkin hasn't done checkerboard. He is exhausting everything before he
really
goes to
doesn't want
pod.
to double dip pod. Wow.
I guess he just really doesn't want to have to risk doing that hedge maze twice.
Yeah.
This will give Files a very slight lead.
If we find it, yeah.
I mean, given that Files is going to pod, and I really don't think there's anything else.
Are we going to catch? JK, yeah, he went to mirror.
Okay. Yeah. Files taking a little bit of time to pick up that tempered, but that does put him, I don't know, maybe 15 seconds ahead of Relkin here.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll mark 111 when he gets back.
Though, again, Relkin does have the execution advantage. I mean, he's a 124 NMG runner. He's going to have the execution advantage overall, but like a handful of people in this tournament.
Yeah. Yeah, about 12 or 15, I think it was.
Okay, so 112.07 as Files goes inside. And 112... Okay, 10 seconds difference. So, yeah, this is going to be really close and could well come down to GT basement routing.
Yeah. Yeah, the third sword off the table, too, means there won't be any circumstantial, like, oh, this one's on the way, it might be a sword.
Right.
Anything like that. They're basically as well equipped as they could possibly be for this Ganon fight. They just need the bow to shoot those silver arrows. But thankfully, they need it for this dungeon just to finish it.
So Files Oh no, he's just going straight to the back. Oh, right. Of course you're not doing bow locked side.
Yeah, he already drank his potion.
Relkin, however, is doing the vanilla big key chest, which Files skipped.
Oh,
a little
interesting.
bit surprised by this.
Yeah.
Well, like, you'd think you'd
Did
wanna...
he? I thought I saw Files in the basement down there.
He went to the basement. He didn't go to the big key chest.
Oh.
And it's just a key for a key.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I would have, figured do the back first and then see how many small keys you have before making a decision on the big key chest. Oh no!
Oh, gee whiz.
Could
And
be
you get-
Meyer now.
You get a little reaction from Files there. He's not liking the way this one's smelling.
Let's see what Relkin
Yeah.
thinks when he finds it.
This is how you say spicy. Taking care of the Kadongos before they cause any trouble. Some red roops. Keep them coming.
Seems very likely that Meyer's now going to be the answer.
We got
Berna.
but Spike Cave already checked. And Relkin, slight head tilt there going, oh man.
Meyer.
Here we go. They still won't have to fight Armos in Eastern Palace, though, so take solace.
And Chad, of course, is excited that for all Relkin's avoidance of pod, it's a forced double dip of pod.
Yeah. Serves you right. I mean, would have went that way anyway, I guess. All right. Quick dash to dodge the Dactyl. Say that 5 times fast.
Yeah. Again, could also depend on how they route pod, like if one of them skips the cutscene. Not pod, Meyer.
Yeah. Both with cutscenes. So the,
Yeah, but one's
wires.
unskippable.
yeah, the wires crossed are forgivable. Bonk across the gap. We're down the stairs at 38 with the screen transition. 39 maybe.
Yeah.
And you know, at least they went ice first if they have to go all the way to Vitreous. Got Dark Room in here. One of the harder set.
Yeah.
So, we'll see how it goes.
So they said down the stairs at 40 for Files.
Yep.
Relkin's down the stairs at like 11.
Yeah.
So 31 seconds.
Oh, this room is so much better if you have beams. Like, there's almost no good way to do it if you don't have beams.
Yeah.
Or I guess like Fire Rod, but magic is precious in this mode.
And of course a small key. Why wouldn't there be a small key? Ooh, Relkin's skipping the bridge just for the moment. I guess he'll go back and do it.
And chat raising a question I had noticed. The key situation in pod may lead to some extra time spent there to pick up a small key to get to the back.
But they're probably both in that.
I think they're both in the same boat. The question was whether Files also had one. Or had none, rather.
But Relkin demonstrated last night that he can do the hover.
So, I mean, if he wants to, right?
So, Files, I don't know whether he can hover Arena Ledge. If not, he has to And there it is.
There it is. We knew it was somewhere, so we'll skip Viddy. Files in his glee, he's skipping past the mirror there for a second.
Yeah, I get to skip map chest, get to skip the cutscene. Hopefully Relkin with the big key is in no rush to do cutscene.
We'll see. Yeah,
Okay,
dashes
phew.
to the right. In this case, the right move.
Yeah, if Relkin went to cutscene, that could have been GG.
yeah, regardless of hover abilities. There goes the bow.
Yeah, let's see what the time difference is as they each re-enter pod.
Dacto has a few words for Files on the way in.
Oh, geez, he's down to 3 hearts.
Yeah, and his cousin coming in seems to have despawned him, thankfully.
Okay, 1826 for Files re-entering. And yes, he does not have any small keys.
So give a push here, run from the little Helma. On those 3 hearts, and I mean, even with the lamp, like the bottom of this dungeon has a little bit of damage heft to it.
Yeah. Now it's funny, Relkin and I were actually chatting 2 nights ago about, like, the hover and arena, and Relkin's not gonna risk it.
Yeah. Some welcome hearts here from,
But that does take a little bit of time, and Relkin's a bit better in the health department. So.
Yeah, so that will spell a bit of a time save, but it would be a huge time loss to give yourself a big old Helma hug. And have to do the whole dang thing again.
Yeah, File's
Nice dash
basically
from Relkin
2
there.
rooms ahead. Relkin's really narrowed it down considering it was, you know, half a minute apart entering Mire.
Yeah. One more heart for the road. Sneaking by the
Oh,
spike
Relkin's
trap.
out of magic, so that cost him a
Oh.
bit of time because he couldn't use the Samaria block.
Yeah, interesting.
Okay, well, the time difference is definitely less than 17 seconds because they're both in the cutscene at the same time.
Yeah. Great place to measure it. See, they chose and implement the fire rod here to get that long distance crystal. Now it's hammer time.
Yeah, very nice Terrapin room for Files.
Yeah, and the health is evened out now too, so
Yeah, and they have blue
Feels it.
mail,
sure.
and, you know, you get the mask off. It's 1 silver hit. But that was a cool way to do the Terrapins for Relkin.
Yeah. Going to work on that mask. Let's see. No bomb strats here. Quick swap's just not quick enough to do that. There it is. A little flourish there.
Okay, let's see what time for the crystal grab.
Yeah, Relkin at work now too. Pulling out the arrows. Easy shot.
So 21:15 for Files grabbing his 7th crystal. If you want to spam numbers in chat, feel free to spam numbers in chat too.
Yeah, if you keep them between 1 and 26, they're legitimate guesses.
21:26 for Relkin, so 11 seconds difference again.
Yeah, and we've got to climb and a search for that big key, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, this is staying excitingly close. Files will stop for potion.
Relkin skipping the potion.
Yeah.
He
So-
does have powder and Files doesn't, so that's actually kind of a big deal.
Yeah, being able to get the health refill before Lamb Metro is nice if you need it, or in several other spots if you really come down to it.
Oh, just looking at the trackers, both of the runners do have lamp.
Oh, yeah. Among that Ice Palace clear.
Yeah. Because again, that in terms of potions, that's relevant in the Ganon fight. That
for
it's
sure.
relatively unlikely with Blue Mail and Lamp that the. For that matter, both runners have Tempered Sword.
Yeah, at this point, that fight should be relatively clinical.
Oh yeah, so that potion shopping actually put Relkin ahead by a few seconds.
Yeah, it looks like about 4 now.
Yeah.
Based on their warp times.
And of
So
course,
we're dashing through with this Tempered Sword now able to bully the Lionels back a bit, which is
yeah.
nice.
Big question is how they route the basement.
Yeah, left, right, Hope Room, Dark Magician. Something new. We'll call it the
Full
Files.
left.
Files notably going high enough to trigger the crystal animation here. There's like 12 of you here who understand what that means.
Okay, Relkin in at 27. Files in at 33, 6 seconds. Relkin goes right. Files goes left.
Oh, baby.
But Relkin gets a key, so he will save time, unless Files does full left. But assuming Files does Dark Magician, this is probably Relkin, or unless, you know, Stalfos Room itself has the big key.
Yeah, anything could happen at this point. We're not saying anything, or at least I'm not, until we get that big key.
Yeah.
Rupees, 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 and rupees.
Hey, that was our 4th sword.
Yeah, hey.
Okay.
That's interesting, too, if somehow they hadn't picked that up.
So this is very strictly Relkin's advantage now.
Seems so, with the decision to turn back.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to do full right. That would be... Who goes full right?
There's some glares.
Our
from folks in the
audience is
crowd
glaring
here.
at me.
Yeah. I think Aluz is coming over to say something specific. But we see Files now is going to finish the right side. Kind of basically each of these runners going a little bit the opposite way from each other.
The reference, by the way, for those of you who haven't been following League, is that Relkin was racing Oase over the weekend, and Oase did do a full right play. And it wound up costing him, and helped Relkin, who had been a couple of minutes behind, gain and take the lead.
Yeah, so Files, of course, doubling back. Let's hit that rando room. And a couple of chests on the way, which Relkin's about to show us the next of. After nothing in, what's that, the map room? This year. Today it's the bombs room. Good boomerang.
Okay, here's Rando Room, and otherwise Bob's Chest Vanilla Room and Tile Room.
Yep.
I'm sure chat would love to see Tile Room again.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, I hope you like your rupees. Alright. So we know on File's side, he'll just get the packet and stuff the pockets a little further. And let's keep going. Nice little movement there from Relkin. Pretty stock stuff at this point. Taking advantage of the edge holes, quick shot. Padding the bomb count. Hi, Bob. Bugnet. Wow.
Game is playable. This will be a fast fight.
If Relkin was feeling especially scared as he climbs later, he'd be able to stock up pretty well. And File's able to replicate the good movement tech in that room. And there it is. Bro, you're on camera.
Oh, shoot, I'm on cam. A certain member of the audience was goading me.
Goading 3 ways. But yeah, so with that big key in the vanilla spot, there we go. It's time to climb. Never know what was in GT Big Chest. Files has knocked down his Ice Armos. Relkin has knocked down Mimic 2. We get a free key dash here. Always fun. Before we get into the meat of this climb. So the Gan Ball
So-
run.
Yeah,
well,
Relkin basically has an entire floor over Files now.
Yeah, he's into the gauntlet now as Files has cleared his first mimics.
But, you know,
Hey,
Gauntlet can be anyone's.
yeah, or to me, one of the big equalizers is always Moldorm. When you have this equipment, usually it's a couple of dashes, but
Yeah.
I mean, hey, sometimes you just get bounced.
Well, a dash and a spin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if Files hadn't stopped for the potion, how close they'd be. I feel like Relkin's execution would probably still have him in the lead at this point.
Maybe so. I forget what the numbers were then. But some nice silver arrow usage here. He's got twice as many as he needs to finish the game though. And Stalfos burn easily for Files, cooperating quite nicely. This is one of those rooms that can go terribly wrong. He gets a little Beamos hug.
Yeah, Relkin already on Wizrobe 2, as Files still has one more gauntlet room.
Getting out of the way of the beam shooter, very nice. Into land mode 2.
Yeah, see if Files gets the 0 cycle here. It doesn't do the bonk setup that Relkin did, but he
But does get it.
Yep.
Nice. Oh, missed shot for Relkin.
Good thing there's another full magic fill in another 2 rooms.
Yeah, definitely helps out.
And we already have 2 small keys. Don't need to kill the mini Helmas. Relkin likes to ditch his bombs at this point, just for ease of menuing in the Ganon fight without bombs in the inventory.
And some upper level thinking skills there. Getting the plan ahead. So here's Moldorm.
There was a Moldorm, I didn't see the Moldorm.
And needless to say, not doing any work for Files on Relkin's side.
Yeah, and I mean, Relkin's at full health. He has basically maximum equipment for this mode. 0 reason to open any of those chests.
Yep. We're all set.
Now, Files is in a bit thornier of a position. He only has 4 hearts. He does have that potion, though.
Yeah, no powder notably though, and this of course being your last call for refills.
Right.
But
That's why I
at
was
least
saying
gets the magic here.
thornier.
Yeah.
Nice Agate 2 fight.
Yeah. Love to see the combo hits.
Ooh,
The
misses.
trigonometry.
Files missed the first dash there, but
Yeah.
made up for it.
Of course, there's still the whole Ganon fight left.
Yes.
So it might be 2 whole Ganon fights.
Well, and also, you know, 1-1 isn't automatic with Tempered. Very likely for these runners, but
Yeah. So, see how Files does on his trig quiz. Agate 2 cooperating pretty dang well there. Those 2 might even been too close to count. 2 more there. This should be a shot case. Very nice.
yeah, already phase 3. Files heading into Ganon, so definitely within a Ganon fall here.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely changes the tenor of the match.
But with silvers, it does make a Ganon fall less likely.
It's a 1.
This could be a triple.
And
It
there
is.
All right,
Okay.
so just wait. Don't walk yet. I mean, unless you want to. So we got Relkin, him finish the Ganon fight. Just wait for the door. There it
And
is.
time. 132.53.
Yeah. Congrats to Relkin for the win there. Files, who is now neck deep in his Ganon fight.
So we'll get them to both come over here when Files finishes his Ganon fight.
When he's feeling a little,
Okay, yeah, probably a good idea to use that potion when you're down to half a heart, you know.
This,
But yeah, phase 3, so. What did we say, 132.53 for Relkin? So this could still be
so.
within a minute.
Yeah.
Files gets the silvers quickly enough.
really need at least one more frame. Nice.
There
grabs
we
the double
go.
there. Very good.
Not quite gonna be within a minute, but pretty close.
Yeah. And GG's to both runners. you go.
134.02 as
So,
Fiesel
like-
stops the clock there.
Yeah.
So
About
a
a minute. and
minute
10.
9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, it's you.
Okay, let's get them over here.
Yeah, very nice. Excellent match. And I think, yeah, I'm sure.
Let's move, I guess,
Slide
in
down.
a bit. Okay, there's one seat here. Let's see. About, yeah, why don't you slide this way and
Yeah.
we can get it.
All right, GG's man, what a scene.
Yeah, yeah, full clear and a half, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Excellent.
Yeah, I think you must have finished right when I was on my Ganon fight, right? Or was it before that?
You were both
Yeah.
in the
You were
fight.
both in the
Yeah,
fight?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, GG's to both you, Files and Relkin. Relkin, Victor here, in a tight match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of back and forth there.
Oh, really?
So you really
Was it-
don't
I
like
felt
double dipping pod, huh?
No.
No.
Why would the bow be there, or
Yeah.
whatever leads to it? You know?
Yeah,
Well,
right.
Because
I
I
mean,
went to ice,
classic.
I was like, oh, I can do green pendant like on the way to pod or whatever, and it's like the bow's gonna be there.
Man, I did a step further. I just did green bennett by itself and left pot for last location.
did
so,
Yeah, that was a bit surprising.
Yeah,
you just
yeah.
didn't want to double dip pod, and the game was saying, "Sorry, you're double dipping pod."
Yeah. No,
Yeah, pretty much. Oh my gosh. Wait, so then if you were full, did I get bombos before you, or was it close?
Oh,
Yeah, you
gosh.
got Bombos very slightly before Relkin.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, there were a lot of points in the race where you guys were just retracing steps, and there'd be like one big check. We're like, oh, is that going to be the bow?
Yeah.
But
The hammer was the one for the while.
What
but of course
wound
you
up-
guys know
Oh,
that.
yeah.
what
the
wound
hammer
up
was
making the
brutal.
final difference, actually, Relkin, since you did hammer pegs, you got the powder, so you didn't feel the need to get a potion. Files didn't have powder, so he stopped by the potion shop,
Oh.
and
Yeah.
that's what actually gave you the lead.
Actually, if it
for
was
the
that
final
close,
time.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was getting nervous up there. I was like, I'm not gonna die on Ganon with
Yeah.
no safeties like a
Yeah.
scrub. So
Yeah, well, hey, the potion paid off too, because what, that half heart? towards the end?
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
at least
Yeah.
for like redoing the fight anyway.
dang.
Pretty much.
Um,
Well, you kind of play a little sloppy when you know you've got, like I'll try to go faster and take some more damage because I have this potion. So.
Yeah, exactly.
I used mine on Cold Stare.
Same
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, I
Yeah.
needed more juice for the fire rod. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, that was I didn't think that was a crazy match, man.
Yeah.
GG.
Very exciting
Actually,
matches.
one thing I wanted to ask you both about, you both went into Swamp before Hype Cave, and I was a little bit surprised just if the bow's in Hype Cave.
Yeah.
Well, it's on the way, right? I mean, Hype Cave is kind of like a garbage location a lot of times.
yeah.
I think it gets overhyped.
Yeah, outliving the name.
I just wanted to be efficient and do Swamp into Hype into Pyramid Fairy.
Yeah, that was the exact same thing. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm not doing it. I'm just gonna route it in.
Right.
Later spot, yeah.
Because did you do Hype Cave to Pyramid to Fat Fairy to like Catfish? Or anything like
I actually
that, or-
did Graveyard Ledge earlier into Catfish just by itself.
Oh, okay.
And then, yeah, so the Pyramid Fairy was my last check in that little string.
Sure.
And after that, I went to Turtle Rock.
Yeah, I think Graveyard Ledge is like one of my few skips. It was that and like Hammer Pegs, which
Yeah, I think that also helped Relkin a bit time-wise because, Files, you went up to Turtle Rock and then went back to do Hype Cave and Pyramid Fairy.
yeah.
So
yeah,
the
fair.
back and forth ate up a little bit of
Well,
time
I
there.
was like, oh, what is this, like V21? Is the bow going to be in Turtle Rock? so I went up there. I was like, because I have to do this crystal anyway. It's clearable. What if the bow's there? When you're on one item go mode, it's kind of like, I feel like your routing decisions change a little bit more. So, who knows?
Well, yeah.
So.
A race well run. And
Yeah, GG's, man.
Yeah.
any other thoughts on the seed or for the group you're in?
I don't know. This is a pretty intense group for the most part. We've got two former winners. And so I don't know. It's a good time. So I'm just glad the match is competitive. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was excellent.
Boga's probably over there sweating like, oh my god, I'm gonna lose because I'm last locationing.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
I kept waiting for someone to wave and be like, he's done. I'm like, oh, I'm still a GT.
You guys got stuff scheduled with Gerdo and Iker later today?
No, not yet.
I've got a match with Gem later today. Have you scheduled?
I have
Oh, wait.
not.
Oh, it's Gem,
Gem.
not Gerdo. I couldn't figure out.
Yeah, it's
The scheduling thread was a little bit.
they might have been pulling a funny by switching name tags and confusing everybody. So
Yeah, maybe not.
maybe
It's classified.
So I don't know. Yeah, I mean, honestly, there's not a lot of free groups. I mean, there's a lot of strong players here
absolutely.
at SGL. So it's gonna be-
Qualifiers doing their job for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it should be good matches most of the way down. So
Yeah.
looking forward
Well,
to it.
awesome. Yeah, and looking forward to see you both racing again later today or this weekend.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Should be a good time.
Well,
So,
Yeah.
thanks,
All right.
guys. Great race.
yeah, GG's.
Yeah,
GG's.
GG again.
GG's again.
Yeah, likely.
So we're going to have a pretty quick switch over here as we bring on Andy and Homemade Beer. I'm taking off for a couple hours. Epi's gonna stay here. We'll bring in Herfy Durfy. Thanks to our trackers Norsk Maddie and Vextifer, we're gonna bring in Ursula for tracking the next match. But don't go away. We'll be back in a few minutes.